By properly recycling your materials, you can make a difference. Penn State aims to be a leader in sustainability as one of the foundational values and priorities outlined in this strategic plan.
Your efforts are the key to this success. Almost half of the campus's waste goes to the landfill, but much of it could actually be recycled.
It needs to be empty, clean, and properly placed for recycling to be successful.
The recycling sorting stations around campus have 6 blue bins and 1 green bin, with bags lining the bins to indicate if they are heading to compost, landfill, or recycling facility.
We have developed this system to ensure that proper waste disposal is easy at Penn State. Today, we are going to talk about what materials are appropriate for which bins and provide you with resources if you have questions.
A main priority is diversion of material from the landfill. We want everything to be properly recycled so it can be made into new products.
Recycling saves resources because companies can use recycled material instead of new material to make products.
But again, the manufacturers receiving these materials from us want them to be empty and free from food and liquids.
To achieve this, we need to know what actually can be recycled. It is also just as important to know what materials cannot be recycled. So let's go ahead and start. Our first bin here is the compost bin. Compost is a nutrient-rich soil that is used in planters and landscaping beds all around campus and our community. It is made from all materials that are edible or can break down into soil-like material. It is often called black gold because it is so full of valuable nutrients for the soil. When you properly compost the following items, it will turn into black gold in only 90 days. Such items include, first, all leftover food items. This can include pizza, breads, bakery items, meat, such as hamburgers or chicken wings, and their bones. We here at Penn State are able to accept things like wings and their bones because of the size and industrialization of Penn State's composting facility. Typically, these materials would not be accepted in a backyard compost. Fruit, even the peels, vegetables, whatever's left over from that stuff, tea bags and coffee grounds, tissues, paper towels, napkins that are soiled, that is, paper products that are wet or have any sort of residue on them. Compostable containers, like the textured to-go boxes from the hub. Let's talk about something particularly important to go into the compost bin. PLA plastics. To determine whether a plastic cup is made from plant material and is compostable, you have to look at the bottom. While there are recycling arrows on this PLA cup, the important part is that it says PLA, or made from plants. This kind of plastic is not always recyclable, and on campus it should go to the green compost bin. Some events on campus will use compostable plastic, so keep an eye out for this stuff.
Thank you, Cole.
Yes.
The second bin from the left is the landfill or trash bin. 40% of items currently in the landfill bin are misplaced items that could go in the compost. Now that we have a better understanding of the compost bin, we can clarify the landfill bin. Not as many items are appropriate for this bin as you may think. Items that go in this bin are chip bags, candy, granola bar, and snack wrappers, single-use coffee cups and pods, soda cups and straws, condiment packages, made-to-order sandwich wrappers, solo cups, plastic-coated plates, polystyrene or styrofoam, soda cups, Starbucks cold beverage cups, pens, and markers can all go in the landfill bin as well. Now that we know what goes into the compost and landfill bins, we can work to make a cleaner, less contaminated recycling station.
Let's talk about bin 3, the paper bin. The third bin is mixed paper and newspaper. This bin takes all paper products, including newspaper. Items include legal paper, white, as well as really any other color, magazines, envelopes with that cute little plastic window. I love that window. And coffee cup sleeves, as well as food packaging boxes and many paper items. We know cardboard is paper, and it is a hassle to deal with because of its bulky nature, but we ask that people break it down and place it next to the sorting station for your greatest convenience. Even though it is made from paper, it is collected separately because it's just so bulky.
Let's talk about the metal bin. Metal is one of the most desirable recycled materials and can be recycled an infinite amount of times. It only takes 60 days for recycled aluminum to be turned into a new soda can and save about 90% of the energy and water that would have been needed using raw materials. This is good to remember when you go to place materials like an empty aluminum soda or soup can, clean aluminum foil, empty aerosol cans, and Pringles cans. Like with all bins, we want to recover the largest amount possible, so it is important that what goes into these bins are empty. That means we need to drink all of our soda or eat all of our chips before placing it in the bin. The same goes for the next bin, glass.
Thank you, Natasha. Let's talk about glass. This includes brown, green, and clear glass. Like I said, it's best to dump out all liquids inside containers. Materials are weighed and liquids add a lot of weight and contamination. One of the largest glass manufacturers is in Pennsylvania. It's called Brockway Owens Glass. They produce Starbucks Frappuccino bottles from recycled glass. Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, and made here in Pennsylvania, uses glass bottles made from recycled materials. Recycled glass is also used to create road surfaces, fiberglass insulation, and designer countertops.
Let's talk about the plastic bottles bin. Plastic bottles are items that have a top narrower than the bottom. These items include all empty plastic bottles, jugs such as clothes detergent bottles, jars such as pickles and peanut butter, and make sure everything is empty and clean before placing it in the bin. You can take bubble wrap, plastic bags, clean Ziploc bags, and grocery bags to your local grocery store, dry cleaner, or large retailer for recycling.
Thanks, Natasha. Let's talk about that last bin down there. That's called the miscellaneous plastics bin. All items that are considered miscellaneous plastics are ones that have tops that are wider than their base. This usually includes takeout containers as well as microwavable meals. Items can include yogurt containers, plastic food storage containers, plastic takeout containers, and many more. I mentioned previously that the color bag lining each bin indicates where the materials will end up. Penn State is currently in transition when it comes to miscellaneous plastics, so it will be common to see a black bag in this bin indicating its intent to go to the landfill. This is important to understand so we can reduce these materials as much as possible. When it comes to the plastic bottles bin and the miscellaneous plastics bin, confusion can occur. Understanding the information you just heard will make the process a lot easier for you. Plastics are tricky, but every effort is an appreciated one.
Just a clarification on how batteries are disposed of on campus. We must collect rechargeable batteries used for Penn State business so that they can be disposed of properly. Each building has a mailing envelope to collect rechargeable batteries, and the facility coordinator can identify that person. Alkaline batteries can be thrown in the landfill because their chemical composition is deemed safe for the landfill. More information is available on the website sustainability.psu.edu/batteries.
Thanks, Natasha. We can make carpet out of plastic bottles as well as these reusable bags. Countertops can be made from recycled glass, and by recycling a stack of newspaper only 3 feet high, we can save an entire tree. However, this can only happen if we all work together to recycle properly. Recycling is part of a 3-word saying: reduce, reuse, recycle. Recycling is at the end because the overall goal is to reduce our waste and reuse what we already have. It is important to remember that something is not recycled until it is made into something new. Placing it into the right bin is just the first step. We can reduce our impact by carrying around a reusable water bottle, a coffee cup, bag, food containers, and so much more. By reusing these items, we are all able to reduce our consumption of non-renewable materials.
With help, we can make a big difference.